Okay. Well, there's Jim. Okay, we'll be admitting people here for a while. Hey, get that top on, Susie.
I got it on.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jimmy.
Jimmy, you really outdid yourself this time.
Oh, yeah?
I'm trying. Yeah, you did a great job this time, man.
Teaching Tom Real Computer 101.
What's that?
But I have to teach Tom about real computers. He knows
Oh, yeah.
nothing. It drives me
Oh,
nuts.
Kinder. There's Jane. There's the better half of the Kinder family.
Yes.
To be here soon.
Get out of the bathroom.
Just out of the shower.
Oh,
Up late.
he doesn't have to put anything on.
Not that just out of the shower, not quite.
So anyway, I was asking Dave if he was related to Cheryl Harold. Sherry. Because Jean Pugh, I asked Jean if she'd start trying to find people. And so she found her, and I've been hunting her forever. And so anyway, we found her this week. Hi, Ron.
Well, I thought I knew where she was all the time.
Yeah. So
Are they
yeah, the
related?
people in Richmond probably knew where she was all the time, but I didn't know where she was. So
She was in Somerville last week.
Oh, really?
oh, really?
Yeah.
What, visiting you?
Pardon?
Visiting you?
Yeah, she was visiting her cousin Rick, or her brother Rick. And
Okay.
Rick's got a part-time home in Somerville, about 20 minutes from us.
Oh, my God.
Huh.
Okay. Okay.
So is that your cousin, Dave?
Yeah.
Cheryl? Okay.
That doesn't have to get dressed.
Boy, Tom, TK, you dress up real nice. You clean up good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Betsy was saying, but she was glad you finally took a shower.
Oh my God. Yeah. Shower's free, man.
Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but the music that Jimmy Hoke sent this morning, I loved it. I went,
was great.
that Jesus,
It was
I had
good.
never heard that. Man, that thing was phenomenal.
Yep.
Yes, yes, it was
I
great.
agree with you too.
Yeah, I watch the transatlantic sessions I sent out. It's full of gems like that.
Okay,
Oh,
Wow.
okay. Now, is that group, were they from Scotland?
Yeah, well, it's a mixed bag. It's both North American and Scottish and Irish.
Okay,
That's the whole, and it's on the Scotland Atlantic coast. It's where they filmed it.
Oh, cool.
yeah.
So you get to see photos or, videos of the ocean around and the lakes and mountains and whatnot. Kind of cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So I don't know if we'll end up getting Cheryl on here today or not. But I didn't remember Sherry. There's Jean. Jean, are we going to get Sherry on today?
I don't know. From the way she kind of talked, I'm not real sure that she has Zoom or knows how to do Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to tell her that she doesn't even, I don't think I actually sent them. I sent her several emails yesterday to get her hooked in.
Yeah,
And the one that I told her about for Zoom, I said, just all you got to do is click on it. Don't worry about being on Zoom.
mhm.
But
I don't know whether she will or not. I
okay,
just happened to see her last week at the chiropractor's office and was talking to her, and then took her a Mary Kay order, and we got to talking, and so then I sent her that told her about the YouTube thing. So
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so I sent her everything, and then I'll have her on the distribution list from here on out. Now,
Okay.
did you make the connection that she might be related to Dave Harold?
well, I wondered if that was her brother, because when I talked to her last week, she was at one of her brother's house for a birthday.
Hmm.
So is Dave her brother?
David, you can speak for yourself.
Okay. No, she's not my sister. She's Rick Harold's brother, who has a home maybe 35 minutes from where I live.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And she was down there last week visiting her brother. And so did she come to see you?
I went to see her.
Okay.
Yeah, they all gathered together at one brother's
Yeah.
house who had a birthday. But
Right.
until I was talking to her this week and thinking, now what was her maiden name? Then it dawned on me, oh, I bet you probably were some relation.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so now it's Gaddis.
Mhm.
Okay.
Dick Gaddis.
Yeah, she and her 4 brothers were here with their wife, so we
Oh, my
had
gosh.
a big drinking fest.
Good.
Okay.
You probably outdrank them
Sounds
all,
like
right?
fun.
That's great. That's
Yeah,
great.
we were in school together and still see each other on occasion for different things. And we had kind of reminisced about, I don't know if you remember Jody Edwards, married John Dillman,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Hi, gentlemen.
Kentucky now, I guess.
They are in Kentucky.
Yeah, I don't know where, but she said they live in Kentucky.
Well, I lost track of Johnny Dillman a long time
Yeah, a
ago,
long time ago.
although I still sometimes connect with his sister Judy,
Yeah.
who is, I think,
Yeah.
in Dayton.
So Larry Dillman in Cedarville.
But Johnny Dillman lived right around the corner from me. We ran around together forever.
Right down the
Well, he
street. from
actually-
me.
Yeah, actually, you never knew who you were running around with because there were 11 kids in that family.
That's a bunch.
And,
And
you
then-
would not have believed the little cracker box house they lived in either.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and their dad was worked on the railroad, and then he had some kind of an accident there. He was physically okay, but it was like did something to his hearing, and he had this real loud ringing in his ears forever.
Mhm.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
they live right off of Vale School.
yeah, yeah, they lived on
Yeah.
D Street between 13th and 14th.
They backed up to the playground.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I saw Carol Goebel Goss the other day, but she said they don't do really internet, Zoom, any of that stuff. She's married to Freddie Goss.
Okay. Oh, really? Hey, give me that phone number. I'll call Fred Goss and get on his butt.
I think he had, according to her brother, Joe and Barbara, I think Freddie has some dementia issues now.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
So,
Well,
because you don't see him out much, so.
Okay.
Hmm.
Darn. Well, yeah, like, see, there are a number of people in our directory.
Mhm.
And a lot of them are the folks, for some reason, they're the folks in Richmond, where I'll just have an address. But I don't have a phone number a lot of times.
Yeah.
In Cheryl's case, I did have a phone number, but I was pretty sure it was probably a landline, and I wasn't, a lot of people don't have landlines and they keep their landline. But the key is to get their email address if they do email.
Yes, they have. the
But for all these years, whenever we would do the reunion, man, I mean, it took tons of time just to connect people by email.
Mhm.
And then there would be a few that I would each time try to knock off where I'd connect by phone if I had their phone number. But I never had the time to actually write notes to people.
Right. Well,
If I-
you've done
if
a
I-
good job of just doing what you've done. That's
Yeah.
time consuming.
But we can keep kind of like chipping away at it because our numbers are diminishing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so anyway, I mean, I may divide and conquer here. Sometime I'll go through here and like assign everybody 5 names to write a nice note to them.
oh,
Say, hey, we sure do miss you, and we would love to see you. Let's see. So I did that with 5 people the last time, and out of the 5, I got Dave Amos. And then they sent that, then he and his wife sent that picture. Let's see, none of you guys are on, well, no. Well, Ron Siders, were you in that picture, the little baseball picture?
I wasn't on that team.
Okay,
I was on a different team.
all right.
Recognize Harvey and Dick Bird.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
too. Bob Van Pelt, of course.
and Van
Oh,
Pelt.
and Bob, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wasn't,
I'm
wasn't
gonna have to go.
Rick Putoff in that picture
Rick
too?
Putoff was in the picture. Yes, I
Yeah,
recognize.
yeah. So,
I'm gonna have to go. This is my daughter-in-law's birthday. Well, we're celebrating her birthday dinner. And there's a brisket on the grill. I gotta go tend to.
okay.
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 Well-
And I made her a sugar cream pie.
Oh,
Oh,
wait a minute. Can you make us one and send it?
Well, this
Well-
girl doesn't really like sweets. And I made one a couple of months ago and she says, that's what I want for my birthday.
okay.
Oh, good.
Well, well, thanks for getting on and saying hi. Now, is there
Say
anything,
hi.
any wisdom you want to impart before you leave us today?
Just everybody stay safe.
Yeah.
Okay,
And that's my wisdom for the day.
okay. Well, have fun,
Yeah,
Becky.
have fun.
Have fun.
Hi, Becky.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
You look really good.
Oh, well, thank you. I got the lighting right today.
Yeah,
I
okay.
know, I can't ever get the lighting right.
Jan just kept coming to the table.
So I don't know if, a lot of times Harvey comes on a little late, so I don't know if he'll be on today because it is the start of Passover.
It is.
Mhm.
Passover.
I was hoping he'd come on today and maybe give us a little lesson on that.
Yeah, I
I
know
don't know
nothing about it.
I don't know how
Other than
many of
it's a
you guys
holiday.
know much of the, the history behind all of that, so.
And isn't basketball on today too?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Oh, yeah, yeah, we're taping this first game. When we
I
started,
am watching it.
is
I'm watching
Loyola still ahead?
it. Yes, they are.
Yeah, Loyola, they got Sister Jean.
Yeah,
Sister Jean,
course.
yes.
I love her.
Yeah.
I love
You got
her.
it, kid.
So
She's great.
I'm hoping that they come through this thing. It'd be amazing if
Yeah,
it
wouldn't that be
ended up
cool?
all these Cinderella teams. There's so many Cinderella teams in this thing. Now, Judy, you just got on and when we first got on, well, I know it's hard to take. Because he gets such a big head so easily, but Jimmy Hoke, and I think all of you, I suggested to Jim today, after he sent the thing out this morning, that it would sure be nice if he could start our Saturday mornings off like that every week so that we have 2 or 3 songs, or whatever we can get into, because I'll tell you, that was great.
Yeah.
That was really good
It
today
was.
to start off the day. So, and then he sends a message and says, well, I don't know. That was just kind of spur of the moment. Hey, man, you aren't doing anything out there in Hawaii.
You're just
No,
getting
no, no,
around.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
So anyway,
no comment.
so I really, no, all of us who are here are urging you to do that, Jim.
Yeah.
Okay,
You've got a full
I'll
week.
give it a try.
You've got a full week to line up 3 for every
Oh,
Saturday.
my.
Well, I may be stretching it, but yeah, okay.
Or at least one.
At
Even
least
one.
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 Just
Okay,
this one.
That's
I
it.
can do that.
Okay.
Don Wilson.
John Wilson. Wait a minute. Who's John Wilson?
Oh, I remember John Wilson. He was in our class.
Okay,
Okay, we're letting
he's
him
getting
in.
in.
He's a little guy, I think.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I remember. Okay.
Wilson.
I know.
Where is he?
Where is he?
Coming.
Oh,
Thinking
right
about
there.
it.
Come on, Johnny. You can do it, buddy. John, are you out there?
I'm here.
Well,
Why
where's
can't
your,
we see you?
turn on your video.
Yeah,
Not even sure how to do that.
There should be a thing that says video.
yeah, join with video.
Are you, John, are you on a computer or an
No,
iPad?
I'm on an iPhone.
iPhone? Okay, there's Harvey. Okay, we're meeting Harvey.
You just put mute on.
See,
He's letting him in.
if you're on an iPhone, it ought, oops, now you're muted. But if you're on an iPhone, you ought to be able to see that at the, I think it's at the top. Maybe it's on the bottom. But there, it should give you choices. Huh.
And Judy, we can hardly see you. The light, the way it's hitting you are just all dark.
Yeah.
I know, and I really understand that, but the sun is out and it's on me
Oh,
and it
Oh,
feels so
okay.
good. I'll
good.
move in just a minute. I just was cold.
Well, that's okay. We know what you look like.
Yeah.
Okay. And I got the name right, so you can read that.
Yeah.
Be better.
Look, you
No
do.
longer iPad.
You're no longer iPad.
Oh, not for a little while. I'll move when I would get really warm again, but it was just so cold and the sun is so
Oh, I
nice.
see the blue sky.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Well, Judy, I
yeah.
liked you. I liked it when it said iPad.
Oh, well, it will again next week unless I change it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It seems permanent. I have to do it manually every time.
Oh,
Oh.
But I
So-
thought with new people coming on, they wouldn't know who iPad was.
That's
So,
Uh,
especially in the dark.
Yeah. So, let's see, Bob. Okay. Let's see. This should be Bobby Ridgway, I think, not Bob Van Pelt. Let's see. We still have, there he is. Hi,
Yeah.
Bobby Ridgway. There he is. He's connecting. Now, John Wilson,
Yeah,
you still trying to find the video?
yes, I am. I think
Okay.
maybe I need to go out and start all over again. It's the first time I've done this.
Well,
Yeah.
why don't you go ahead and try that?
With video.
Yeah, go ahead and try that. And it should pop up a thing and it'll ask you to join with video. Harvey,
Mm.
we didn't know if we'd see you today, first day of Passover.
Well, no, it really starts tonight. So you got your Seder's tonight.
Okay,
Okay.
Seder's tonight. Okay. Now,
Done.
we thought it would be, all of us decided it would be a great idea if you would give us a little bit of history behind all of that.
Okay. So basically the story of Passover is that the Jewish people are fleeing from the Egyptians. So the Egyptians are trying to kill the Jews, which, so, history doesn't change a whole lot over the years. So anyway,
No.
so the Jews are out in the desert and they're wandering around for years. And because they're running, they don't have time to bake bread. So that's where, so during the Jewish holiday of Passover, Jews don't eat bread. They don't eat anything that rises. So anything with leaven. So that's why Jews eat matzah during Passover. It's like
Okay.
a
That's
cracker.
cool.
So that's where matzah comes. And so a lot of even desserts are made with like almond flour is okay. You can make some things with matzah meal, which is just ground matzah. And then there are at the Seder is you eat some traditional foods, and there's foods on the Seder plate, and each food on the Seder plate is symbolic of this time. So there's salt water for the tears that people cried during their leaving and running and everything. There's bitter herbs for the bitterness. And so there's things like horseradish and stuff like that. And the egg, which is kind of, the same time as Easter. So like springtime and fertility and all kinds of symbolism and with the egg, the hard-boiled egg. And there's a lamb shank, which is, so the Jews marked their doors with the blood of a lamb, and supposedly God knew and passed over the houses of the Jews. And so, there's all these things that are symbolic from way back when. So the lamb shank is on the Seder plate. And during the Seder, you read the story of Passover, and it's the same every year. Everybody just kind of reads it. It really goes for 2 nights if you're religious or observant. most people have one night at Seder. And so what we did tonight, because of COVID, people aren't getting together. So there are 4 couples. We all took our food to one house. And so we did some stuff, and friends, everybody made part of the Seder. And then everybody took everybody else's food. And then we're going to Zoom tonight. And everybody reads from what they call the Haggadah, which is the little book that you read from. And it's kind of a neat history, and it's a nice holiday. And I can remember back in Richmond with my parents and my brother having our Seder, and it's the first time, and I kind of attribute this, that I ever drank wine, because you drink cups of wine during the Seder. And as a kid, it wasn't a big deal to me having wine, because that's what we did at Passover. And even as a young boy, I could take a sip of wine. And sometimes I always thought that maybe one reason I never had any trouble with alcohol, or it was never a big deal to me, was that it wasn't a big deal in our family, and we were allowed to sip it, have a little bit of wine when we were kids. So I always wondered about that when I look at some other people that struggled with it and stuff like that. But it was never a big deal to me. So anyway, that you have a first cup of wine, second cup of wine, stuff like that during the Seder, and it's just it's a nice holiday, and there's a nice tradition to it, and like I said, people get together, and the Seder is a nice evening. So
That's great.
Great.
Now, what's the word Seder, S-A-D-E-R, correct?
S-E-D-E-R.
S-E-D-E-R.
Oh.
Okay, what's,
I have to bring in my expert.
Rosie.
But Rosie, so I think I have to Google it myself.
oh, I'm sorry, man.
We're asking the expert.
Ask
The wrong
Siri.
guy, when I grew up in Richmond, we did not have a temple, and it was built, I think, maybe when I went to college. And so some people would drive, like my cousin would drive to Dayton and go to a temple in Dayton, where my uncle and aunt were from and stuff like that. But my brother and I did not. We had a Sunday school growing up down at the YWCA. And we did that thing, and we had high holiday services for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur at the Leland, and they would bring in, there's a Hebrew Union College, which is a reformed rabbinical college, is in Cincinnati, and the student rabbis would come over to Richmond during the high holidays.
Oh,
and we'd
really?
have service. Yeah, we'd have service at the Leland Hotel.
No kidding.
Wow.
Well,
Interesting.
that's neat.
Oh.
That's neat.
That was, yeah, it was a little different. Then when I went away to IU, I joined a Jewish fraternity, and it's the first time I was really around a lot of Jewish kids. We had a youth group in Richmond, kind of a temple youth group thing.
Yeah.
When the Vagrants, the Vagrant girls.
Oh, yeah.
There were a few, Lenny Zucker. There were a few of them.
Zuckerman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Zuckerbrow.
Were there more girls than boys?
there was a guy, Mike Leventhal.
Oh, I know Mike.
Mike, yeah.
Mike Leventhal.
Is
Yeah,
it?
I know the name, yeah.
Harvey, did you know John Eisenberg?
I don't think so.
He lived across the street from us when I was little, and they may have moved away by even junior high school. Real smart kid. I really liked him a lot.
Wow, yeah,
Okay.
I remember Judy.
I just wondered, I've always meant to ask everybody if they ever knew him.
Did he live by me, Judy?
He
Was
lived
that-
in
that house?
Woodward's old house, right across, directly across the street, that big white house.
Oh, I don't remember him at all.
Yeah, he knew all the constellations and things like that nobody our age knew.
I wanted to know.
Yeah,
Harvey, I thought of John Eisenbarger. Remember him?
yeah, John Eisenberg was a quarterback at IU, but I don't think he was.
Not-
No.
I don't think he was one of the, what we call a member of the tribe.
What tribe are you a member of, Harvey?
That's my tribal people.
What is your tribe? What tribe you?
Like,
did
Well,
you?
there's what's called Ashkenazi Jews and Sephardic Jews. Sephardic Jews are from Spain and stuff, and Ashkenazi Jews are from Europe. Like my grandparents came from my mother's side from Austria-Hungary. It was kind of like one country, then Austria-Hungary, and my grandfather's side came from Romania.
Oh, really?
Right.
Harv, Harv, I just looked up online. It says Seder is derived from the Hebrew word for order or arrangement, referring to the very specific order of the ritual.
And that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Harvey, let me tell you something. My grandfather was Jewish, and I did the what is it?
Bar mitzvah?
No, my mother was never Jewish, so I was never. I'm not
Right,
sure.
right, because it's supposedly on your mom's side, yeah.
But I'm 22% Ashkenazi, but I did that blood.
All right, Rick.
That's better than nothing, Rick. Come on.
And Einstein was an Ashkenazi too. See that?
Oh,
makes
yeah.
Well, that's where you guys get all your brains from.
Yeah.
We're direct descendants, yeah.
I think I left it somewhere.
Well, so now that you guys are on, so did you recognize, remember the picture that came out this week from Dave Amos? Did you guys recognize anybody in that picture?
Yeah, I do. And you remember, I printed it off here and I had that because I think I sent it to Rick, I think a long time ago, but Van Pelt's in that picture.
Yeah.
He's next to me. And you remember Spike Ridenauer?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right next to
Ridenauer,
you.
I think he's next to Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And Ray Donnell is right next to Van Pelt.
I don't remember, yeah.
I played baseball with
Oh,
him.
that maybe.
Johnny Sinise is in the front. Danny Sinise.
Oh, yeah.
Now, my brother's down here. He's in the front row. He would be the third from the right.
Wow.
And this kid next to him, he looks familiar, but I don't know who it is.
Huh.
Good looking kid, nice smile. And
Yeah, I
then,
sent one of these to Ron Siders on our FOP team, I think our Babe Ruth League team, wasn't it, Ron?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Johnny Habing was in that picture.
I was on that Little League, I think it was Shoot Concrete at that time.
This is Crosley Avco.
yeah, I was on Wayne Works in Pony League, but just a cut. There's about three of them I don't recognize, and
Yeah.
Well, I thought you guys would have fun with that. Even those of us who were not in the picture
Yes.
would have known a number of those.
Finley was the coach.
Yeah. I apologize for sending that out sideways, and I tried to figure out how if I could turn that before I sent it, but I couldn't figure out how to do it.
And you didn't give it to me, so I can't straighten it out.
Yeah, right.
Well, I
We were able
didn't
to
catch
turn
any
it
grief.
on.
Yeah. So now Daggone it, we lost John Wilson.
Again.
I know.
He's probably trying to figure out which button he needs to press.
Let me see if I've got his email address.
Yeah,
If I do.
BB said he'd be here today too.
Who?
Bob Van Pelt.
Well, guess where he is?
Watching basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, basketball.
Who's how you playing? Oh,
Maybe he can't record his. I don't know.
Not use playing anybody. They're looking for a coach.
And so,
But did you hear who they were looking at, Harvey?
Well, I've been following all of these guys, but
Brad Stevens from Butler. and
they're
they
not gonna
felt
get
it-
them.
Oh, they're not going to get Brad Stevens.
I don't think
Supposedly
so.
they-
From the NBA.
Yeah, supposedly they offered him $7 million a year and he
Not
said,
good.
"Oh, that's awesome."
That's probably what he's making now.
Yeah. who
Yeah,
knows?
probably.
Well, if John Wilson doesn't get back on, I'll email him over the weekend and just see if I can. I don't know. I've got a phone number here. If this is still correct, he's out in Oklahoma.
Hmm.
So Moore, Oklahoma. So I'll email him and see if he'll, I'll send him my phone number and have him call me, and then I'll see if I can get him set up so that he can do this. So it sounds like he's definitely interested. Seems like he's definitely interested. Now, Judy, you got on after we were talking about Jimmy Hoke's music. Did you get a chance to listen to those
Oh,
songs he
shoot.
sent out this morning?
Probably.
I was too busy listening to all the jazz that he sent 2 nights ago or whatever.
Oh.
it was.
Oh, I'll tell you what,
Amazing.
those 3 songs that he sent this morning are gonna knock you out.
Oh, good, good, good.
Oh, man.
Now, how is he sending this music out? I couldn't find it anywhere, Jimmy.
He sends it to you separately in an email.
Yeah.
You just click.
As an attachment,
It just comes from Jim Hope.
or he's got the URL on there.
And
Maybe your spam filter got it.
Yeah.
so you're not checking your email closely enough, probably, Rick. Or
Not
you-
showing up, that's why.
Yeah, you probably thought he was a scammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at your spam file.
Yeah. That's
Maybe I
probably
don't
where-
have my right email address. I don't know.
But yeah, he's sending out some really good stuff. So
Good.
anyway, so okay, so now everybody's got their shots, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So of course Judy Jane knows, and then she's probably told all the girls, but right after our call last week, Bob Van Pelt did get the word that the thing is locked in at the South Side Legends for that luncheon on Saturday, June the 20th.
Saturday or
Or
Friday?
excuse me, Friday, June the 25th. And we'll start at 11:30 and then go to whenever everybody wants to leave.
Yeah.
And so that'll all be set. And then Frank Alter's daughter runs it, but she was on vacation, so she should be getting back this weekend, and then I'll talk to her probably next week to get it all lined up. So that's good.
Cool.
So at least, let's see, 1, 2, at least half of you who are on this call right now will be there.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully I can get down there.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Up there.
Yeah.
Karen,
Out there, wherever.
Karen, do you think you could come over? Diane, do you think you could come over?
I don't think so, because I'd have to go myself.
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't twist your daughter's arm or somebody's arm?
No.
Well, give us their arm and we'll twist it for them, for you. Would love to see you, Diane. Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Tell her I'll pay her if she'll chauffeur you over and back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Tell her
Young kids like to earn money.
yeah, tell her you have to come because you have to say grace before we all eat.
Yes.
That's right. There.
Because you're the only minister in our class, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And we need it.
Speak for yourself.
What do you know, Judy, that I don't know?
You wouldn't want to hear it.
Well, the reason we need it is because we're going to probably get Bobby Ridgway there.
Well, if he's in Richmond, he better come.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When's the last?
I'm only
Bob-
4 blocks from there.
Bob,
Oh
can
my
you turn
gosh.
do you know how to turn your volume up a little bit?
I thought I did, but
There.
You're
There
good.
you go.
That's it.
There you go.
Hey, Bobby, bring some of your coins to show us.
Yeah.
now,
That would,
yeah. Oh, I only live 4 blocks from the legend.
You
Okay.
better show up.
Oh, we live in Old Richmond.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, guys, that tells us that if you're not there, we're going to come over to your house.
Yeah, come and get you.
To the house your son owns.
that's right.
Any of you remember, we bought the Leo Weiss house. The furniture, Weiss Furniture.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mrs. Weiss, her husband built that house in 1926.
Hmm.
Wow.
Wow.
I can't picture it, but I mean, I know about it, but I just can't picture it. Is it?
Hmm.
This is like the second or third generation of families,
Okay.
you know. But
that's basically second or third generation
So what street is it on, Bob?
on South Sixth Street.
It's on Sixth.
Okay.
Okay.
And across the street was the Holdhouse family.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
Furniture.
A warehouse in the back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know that you know the house that I own next door was the Hannah house built by them, but they had a grocery store on the west on 40 West and the Third. It was a little grocery store back
Yeah.
when we were in.
Oh, I remember that.
We bought it from
On the
them.
corner, on the right-hand corner, if you're going out of town.
Now, as you're heading away west, to be on the left-hand corner.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And right next to it was a restaurant, but I can remember when we went to Dennis, we used to go down there and have lunch, but I can't remember who the owner was then.
Huh.
Because we lived right. If you go to the right and go north on Third Street, we live in the Huston House. That was built in 1886.
Oh, my gosh.
Behind, there was a gas station there one time.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
18-room house,
Wow.
7 bedrooms, 7 fireplaces. A lot of that.
Oh.
Wow.
And
So,
across from that was the Dugan House that they tore down for the Methodist Church. That's on 4th Street.
Huh.
does Richmond ever have a,
Oh, yeah.
like a house show or something like that of all those old homes? Like a home show?
Well, we no longer have a home show. Well, what I'm thinking of home show when it was in the Erland, but I don't know if well, now with the virus, I don't know, but they used to have, I don't know, for $20, there was like 20 houses you got to go through.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about though.
They used to especially do those at Christmas up on the North 13th and some of those up in there where Matt Stegall and stuff lives in that area, and up on what they call Millionaires Row up on by Glenn Miller. You paid so much and you could go to all the different homes up through there. They haven't done that for a few years.
They also used to do it in the summertime because I have a friend that come out from California. But I always said, I never understood why they built houses like that with 2 stories. When you get old, your bathroom's on the 2nd floor. I don't know how. Up there back in those days. One of the houses they took you to, I don't know if you remember where Jones and Plocky was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the mansion on Main now.
Well, it's now I don't know what it is now. I really don't know.
My granddaughter got married there a few years ago. They do a lot of wedding receptions and weddings there and things.
Are you sure you're not thinking about the Jeanette house next to that?
No, it's the ones where Jones and Plocky was.
Okay. But
And then there was a beauty shop in there and some different things.
right.
Mhm.
And I don't know what is in it now. I drive by it, but I don't pay attention. But those were most of the houses. Then they took you out to a house out in the country that there was a lot of houses I didn't know anything about, but they were mostly, the Millionaire Road was Main Street.
Yes.
That's where all the big houses are. They're all still $400,000 or $500,000 homes.
Wow.
Whoa. Really?
Whoa, really?
In Richmond?
Turning bed and breakfast. No.
There's one there, and I don't know who originally lived there, but then there was a couple that opened up my grandpa's place down in the Depot District. They lived there. It's on that south side. It's a big brown house, has the Richmond rehab place redid all that. And it just sold, I think, for about 400 and some thousand.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Well, I don't, anybody remember the Jeanette house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One with the pillar?
Uh-huh.
They were having meal. Uh-oh. Did I lose you?
No.
No,
Okay.
keep talking.
What, and we
What it was to do. they made that into a dining thing, but I don't know what they do there. I mean, some people,
My niece had her rehearsal dinner in the Jeanette house.
and they
And
bought,
there for a long time, they were doing those farm to table dinners. Jen Farrell was,
right,
they were doing, providing that, you know, where they did all this real natural from farm, direct from farm to table dinners, but with the virus and stuff, they haven't done any of that stuff, of course.
the interesting part about the Jones and Plocky home, and I'm pretty sure that was a Jeanette home also. But they had a huge ballroom in the attic,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
huge one.
Mhm.
There's no heat up there. I don't know how they did it back in those days, but in the stairway, you can only walk one person up at a time.
Oh,
So,
Wow.
Is that
And
the,
there's steep stairways.
right,
Bob, is that house you're talking about?
the Jones and Plocky house.
Fine, okay. Because Earl had a function once at the Jeanette House,
Yeah, it had a big room.
and on the top
They had
floor,
a ballroom too up there.
Yeah.
well, it was a basketball court, man,
Yeah.
indoors. It'd be better than that.
I've never been in
They
there.
turned it into a
Jeanette
ballroom.
house. I don't think it was ever on the. There was about 20 houses. It was well worth it if if you lived here.
interesting.
Names all came up to us. Our houses were, like I said, third generation. The kids, the grandkids of the rich.
Mhm.
The whole house, the Weisses, a lot of people that had businesses. I don't know if you probably guys won't remember, across from Jones and Plocky on the other corner, it was an unusual building there. It was called the Hudson Building. That was a grocery store years ago. That's the home that I lived in from 1958 to 1970.
Oh, wow. That's a cool building with that round room, that round
Tear that down.
pillar.
I don't know how much you guys have paid attention to Richmond, but they're gonna take everything from 12th to 13th, from Main to A, and tear it all down.
What?
I knew they were-
Why?
They're going to build a new fire department and a police department together.
Oh, gosh.
Say again?
I knew they were going to tear down the Bradford apartments there, the Bradford place, because it's fallen down. But I didn't realize the Hudson building was going to be torn down with that.
They're taking the whole block.
Oh, gosh, I hate to hear that.
Did you say that's gonna be on the south side?
North side,
They'll build
North side,
side of Main,
north side.
north side of Main Street, 12th to 13th.
12th to 13th, all the way to A.
Wow.
Wow.
Um,
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, so that would be your reason you've got my ears. John Bryant lived at 14 North 12th.
But he's on the opposite side of the street from where they're going to tear that down. He's
Okay.
on the west side.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
He's in the big house on the west. This is from the east side of 12th on east.
okay,
Okay.
huh. I talked to him today. He didn't even mention that. I wonder if he knows this. Has this been in the paper? I mean, he must know this.
Well, the
Wow.
Bradford house, I'm sure he does, because that's that big brick building right across the street from him, and it's
Right.
fallen down, and they've been talking about that for a long time.
That's been a mess.
But I had never heard about it going that far.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the Bradford house, but the only thing I do know, that I was told that was back in the day, that was the elite apartment house.
Mhm.
It was.
And
It's all marble inside, marble floors,
my
marble
God.
windowsills.
Wow.
But it's just been let go and the bricks are falling off and it's a mess.
Oh,
A
that's
guy I
too bad.
worked with at Belden, Dick Hughes, owned that at one time and rented that out as apartments.
Hmm.
And it just got to, it was just not feasible to keep it up but it was beautiful inside.
all those houses are pretty well ready to be torn down. They have not been kept up. Even that Hudson building,
Well, on that block on Main, I think Roger Miller, when he first started off as a barber, was in a barber shop there.
A little barber shop there, right,
Mhm.
next to the Bradford House. I believe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
If you, on Facebook, if you get in on that historic Richmond, they show lots of old houses where they were at one time and now they've been torn down. Some beautiful ones up by where Wells Pontiac used to be, which is Mike
Yeah.
Nottingham's, which is just starting at 14th Street going east. But there were
My
some gorgeous
grandmother's
homes there.
was, my grandmother's was the one on the corner.
On the corner.
Beautiful old Victorian brick.
Mhm.
And my grandfather's brother, the two of them were in, they had some kind of a wood business together and made apparently a lot of money. And they built twin Victorians there, if you can remember those. And Wells came through and tore them down. And inside there were parquet floors and, I mean, stained glass windows. It was
Oh my
just
goodness.
beautiful. Jane, you used to go in there.
Yeah,
You remember.
I
those
remember the
places.
staircase. We'd slide down the banister because
It was just a gorgeous old home. And my brother and I tried to get the stained glass window. It was 2 stories, a girl in a swing. And I don't know what we thought we would do with it because we didn't have houses like that, but they wouldn't sell it. And it went on a truck out to California and the truck crashed on the way. The window was lost. But I at the last minute rescued a couple of little things from that house, but it was so sad to see a gorgeous old home like that. Just that you did it with a ball wrecker. They didn't even go in and take the antiques. So it was sad to have that happen.
Well,
A lot of people wasn't in.
Wells Pontiac still there?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mike Nottingham has a place there now.
Do you guys remember if you went below Vale School between, it seems to me 15th and 14th or something like that, right off A Street, you went in a little alley there was a homemade ice cream place in there. Do you remember that? They made peppermint stick ice cream and you'd walk in that alley and get ice cream there. Does anybody remember that?
No.
Oh, you go down A
Remember
Street from Vale
Stevens.
School. Stevens, wasn't,
Oh, no, that was on Main, no, that was
That
on
was-
Main Street.
that was a big.
It's on Main Street.
Just a
Raleigh
little
was Main
tiny
Street.
place.
Ralphie's was there.
Ralphie's grocery store.
Yeah, Ralphie's, I remember, but this was just a tiny little ice cream place where you could, they did pack it and sell it. I didn't know if anybody else ever went there. Huh.
You know where the
Kept it a
Methodist
secret,
church-
Judy.
What?
You kept it a secret.
I guess, I don't know.
You know where the Methodist church is across from where Wells is?
Yeah.
Yes.
There was a beautiful house. I don't know, and I don't know how you find out, but there's a beautiful house there that they actually tore down for parking. You know,
Parking.
Well,
a
in
lot
the,
of mansions out that street.
in the Friends Church, they tore down for a McDonald's or something.
Oh,
It was right there on
Oh,
Main, next to
Yeah.
across from Methodist Church.
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That was almost condemned, is basically.
Well, her famous recipe is there at 18th and Main. There was a big old house there too. There were a couple of them, I think.
Mhm.
They used one as a haunted house for a while, the JCs or someone did.
On my age, because I used to work the JC house there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, a lot of fun. We
I'm
take
sure.
2,000 or 3,000 people.
Oh, my
Wow.
gosh.
Oh,
It's $2
Oh.
a head.
So Bob, would it even be feasible or possible to arrange some kind of a little home tour when we do our next reunion down in that old Richmond, down in there?
I don't know. I'd have to call and see. I don't know who I'd do that. Maybe the city. I don't know if what's her name's still out there.
Maybe that group that Matt Stiegel's a part of, that Preserving Richmond or something.
Oh.
I could talk to Matt because, well, I do know that they took us to what's the place that's right next to Matt's? Was a Catholic.
Oh, Knights of Columbus, KFC.
Took us through that.
Mhm.
They had that blocked off, but Matt was in that building with my friend, and they had the stairs blocked off, and I said, "Can we go upstairs?" He said, "No." I said, "Well, we're gonna go." He said, "Okay." I mean, that's a beautiful place. Of course, I don't think they didn't take us to the Scott House, which has been very expensive.
That's a beautiful place. I've been in it before. When they had a little restaurant like in there for a while, a woman and her husband did. It was gorgeous. They were renovating it.
Oh, the churches are in trouble, you know. Those
Oh, yeah.
churches on A Street.
Yeah,
They
Memorial.
still are?
Well, it's Reed that they closed, I think. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
and don't they have beautiful
Mhm.
stained glass windows in there?
Well, to come find out, they were gonna sell it, and somebody did research on it and found out in the building of that church that the Reeds had put in there, if it wasn't a church, it had to come down.
Oh my gosh.
The museum tried to buy that at one time and they wouldn't sell it to them.
Years
It's
with
right there.
California.
Hmm.
So, nobody
Well,
knew.
I know a lady at St. Paul Episcopal, they just got a new priest or lady priest, and I think she said they're down to about 25 or 30 members.
Wow.
I was
Is
raised in
the,
that church.
Is the First Christian Church there on A Street still in business?
It is, but not very many people go, not many people there, I don't think.
All the churches, like all the Lutheran churches are like that. I was raised in an Episcopal church.
How about
The
St.
Lutheran
Mary's?
Church on South 7th and E, they sold it to the Wesleyan Church for like $1.
Oh,
And so then they put a South Campus there and redone a bunch of stuff.
But they took a lot of the good stuff out.
Hey, I've heard they did.
Or didn't they take the altar to the museum?
Yeah.
What I thought.
So
I never
what's it?
figured out, was that a Catholic altar or was that an actually Lutheran altar? Because it had statues on it.
I don't know. I
What
don't
kind
know.
of shape is St. Mary's in?
Oh, I think it's pretty good.
Huh.
I think they have 2 priests among the 3 churches.
Huh.
There's not many there anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All the churches are like that.
So, Harvey, do you stay in touch at all with what's happening in Richmond? Like how many people would be going to that temple?
No, I don't even think
it's open anymore, is it?
Yeah, I don't know, Gene, because I don't know any Jewish families that live there.
Wow.
Everybody,
Bob
Really?
might know, but I didn't think it was open anymore.
yeah, maybe right. So,
Well, I get
Southeast Parkway, I think, right? And,
Yeah, on Southeast Parkway.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Harvey, did you ever stay in touch with the Vigrans?
Not after I came out here, and like Joan Vigran would have been close to my brother's age, and Marilyn Vigran, I don't. I think I mentioned one time I saw Lenny Zucker probably 20 years ago. She was in San Francisco and got in touch with me, and we saw her. But Rita Edelman, who we're in touch with Rita, she lives part of the time in Fort Wayne, part of the time in Connecticut. She has a Down syndrome son, and he goes to he lives in a community near New Haven, and so they have a place there, so they're very close to him. But other than Rita, not really.
There's Edelman's here in town yet that own the recycling center. But I don't know. Of course, he passed away, but she's still alive. And he had some brothers that help run that.
I think 2 of them are gone now.
They're always,
I think there's only one more brother.
yeah, in the Midwest and so forth, the Jews were always in the certain recycling kind of stuff, and like my cousin Marvin had National Auto Parts out on Route 40, and then
That's it.
Over by New Paris.
right, yeah, out there, and then his son Lex worked it, and then they moved down the Tampa area, and they were pretty successful down there.
Well, she just donated $1 million to the fire department to build a training center, and I know she donated $1 million to Reed.
Wow.
Oh.
Right.
Does drive, I think she drives a Ferrari.
Guess that business was very profitable.
I guess it-
Place in Dayton.
They did that because their son died in a fire
Yeah.
down the
I
IU.
remember that.
Oh.
The fraternity house, wasn't he in a fraternity
Uh-huh.
house? Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
oh, yeah.
Izzy, I think was his name, or that's what they called him.
I think you're right.
And when would this have happened,
Is
Gene?
that in the 70s?
Oh, a long time ago. Maybe 90s,
Oh, 90s.
Oh.
Okay.
long time ago. Long time ago.
Then.
Okay. Well, guys, it sounds like then Richmond is becoming a town of heathens. Nobody's going to,
That are left that have any energy, yeah.
oh, man. Well, I will tell you, the other thing, Bob, is I had talked to John Bryant, and he did know that the first specialty record shop that started up in the house, that it had been torn down. He had actually saw that and became aware of that the day that we had that, when you were first on with us that weekend, because he always goes with another guy and Saturday mornings, and they go out someplace for breakfast. And boy, I'll tell you, it really got to him.
Yeah.
It bothered him.
I'm sure it did, but you know, that was a log cabin underneath that house.
Oh, my God.
No
Wow.
kidding.
We're just glad we got it torn down before they decided to make it a historical site. Nobody knew, you couldn't tell. They just kept adding on and adding on.
Yeah.
No,
Is that the log cabin that's at the museum?
no.
No,
No.
no, when they tore it down, they just rediscovered that, Bob.
Right,
Okay.
the very front part of it. Wasn't
Oh,
very
yeah. Well, with John and Specialty, and maybe some of you had known this because I did from when we had him at the 60th, I had found out that one of the nieces of the Basses, it was Kelly's and Bass, I believe.
right.
One of the nieces had, I think she's got a PhD, and she was at Princeton. And she had she was working on writing up a whole history about the Specialty record shop. And there is an exhibit in this Indiana State Museum that's about the first Black-owned successful businesses in Indiana. And they've got a thing of Specialty record shop there. And she contributed to all of that to, give them the history of it. But more recently, I'd say within the last month, and in fact, he may have a call with her again today. She's been calling him and she's been interviewing him again, and he wasn't going to talk to her. He says, I've talked to her before. I've told her everything I know. Well, then but I said, now, John, look, just do it for her. This is about her mom and dad.
Yeah.
And so he says, all right. So he did it. And then after he did it, he says, man, we talked for 2.5 hours. And he says, that was fun. He says, she drew more stuff out of me than I couldn't believe I still remembered all this stuff.
Yeah.
So, and she's still after him. I guess she doesn't think that she's gotten everything yet. So I'm going to see if I got to get him to give me your phone number. I'm going to call her and say, okay, what's he been telling you?
Yeah.
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 Really, John was that record shop.
Oh, yeah. For us anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, for us.
Yeah. And that was by design because he was young when he started there, and they were the Basses and the Kellys. They were all into big band stuff and classical and all of that, and swing. And so then when all of a sudden rock and roll hit, they didn't know squat about that. And so John joined them, and then it was his job to take care of all the young kids and the rock and roll and all that stuff. So anyway.
I buy a lot of.
We should try to get him to come to our little luncheon thing.
Well, if it's not, depending on the weather, I might do it. He's, I wouldn't say he's going downhill. I'm telling you, his mind is as good as I wish mine was that good. But he physically, and he doesn't have any well, he does have, I think, some problems with his heart, but otherwise that way he's okay. It's just kind of like is a skeletal, that's kind of like continues to give him more and more problems.
He can hardly really stand up.
Has more trouble
anymore.
walking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I could definitely pick him up, bring him over for a little while, and see if he wants to do that. If he would like to do that.
That'd be nice.
I mean, I do plan on that is actually that's his birthday.
That's his birthday.
Oh, really?
He'll be 96.
Wow.
And so Jane Ann and I are going to take him out to dinner after the luncheon, take him to the old Richmond Inn around 4 o'clock, 4:30, something like that, for his birthday.
Good.
Oh.
Yeah, we've been doing that. We missed last year because of the pandemic, but we've been doing that every year, actually, since that 60th reunion.
Yeah.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's doing fine. And he got his shots. I had to talk him into it. I badgered him, and he finally
I've been
did it.
doing it for a couple months, getting him to do that.
So,
Well, you'll have to include his actual address. I mean, I know which house it is, but there's different apartments there.
Right.
And we could send him a card for his birthday.
Okay.
yeah, it's real easy. It's 14
Oh, 14
North 12th.
North
That's
12th.
it.
Okay.
14 North 12th.
Like I
And
said,
then,
I know which
47374. And, he's just a half block from the museum.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
If he walks out his front door and turns left,
He's
that
there.
half
there.
block. So, and then the Jim, the Harrington Hope parking lot is right there next to him.
Yeah.
Right behind
Across
him.
the alley,
And then the PAL item.
and the Palladium item. Yeah,
Madam.
yeah.
Is he online, CP?
Pardon?
Is he online?
No.
No,
I wouldn't think so.
no. But he has a cell phone.
Yeah. He finally got a cell phone. One of his buddies talked him into it
Good.
He has
and
a cell
taught him
phone.
how to use it.
And I don't know if it's an iPhone.
Except he doesn't know how to remember to get his voicemail.
But he's working on it. I'll tell you what, he's taught me some lessons.
It's
I
funny.
mean, he knows that he should not avoid trying new things.
Yeah.
Good.
Amazing.
That's a way you always learn.
Mhm.
And so he's something else. He was all pumped up, man. He wanted to watch Loyola today.
Yeah.
And oh shoot, what's the other one?
Yeah. He was pumped up this morning.
What's the other
I
one
don't know.
that's the Cinderella team?
Syracuse.
Oral Roberts.
Oral Roberts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And he got real disappointed because he doesn't have, he can't get a lot of
Regular cable,
channels.
Yeah.
So Oral Roberts is tonight on TBS, and he won't be able to get that.
He can't get it.
Oh,
But,
We need to get him cable.
yeah, I know. I've tried to, and
He just won't do it.
I'll probably have to do it like we did a friend of ours. She's no longer with us, unfortunately, but one day Jane Ann and I talked about it. She just loved Butler basketball. She loved the Pacers.
Yeah.
She loved the Colts, but she didn't have cable. and she needed a new TV.
Her TV was, about this big and she'd sit at the back of the room.
So one day we just
We said,
decided,
okay, this is it.
I called her and I said,
You gonna be home?
Jill, you gonna be home on Saturday? Yeah.
Yeah.
She says, okay. I said, well, Jane Ann and I are gonna go shopping for you on Friday night, and we're gonna be coming over on Saturday with a new TV, and I've got an appointment set up for Verizon,
Comcast.
Comcast cable to be
Yeah.
there to set it up. And I thought she probably hit the roof, and she
Yeah.
said, okay.
And she was just in hog heaven.
So we just did it.
That's great.
We just
That's
did
right.
it. So we might try that, although I'll tell you,
This
John,
might be a little different.
John's pretty cantankerous.
Yeah. Very cantankerous.
if I tried that on him, he might.
I think he
Disown
might,
me.
yeah, I think he might.
Yeah.
disown you.
So
Yeah.
anyway, okay.
Does anybody remember, I don't know her maiden name, Patty Clark?
Pat,
It was Patty Dixon in school.
That's right.
Oh,
Patty,
there you go.
I know she just passed away.
Yeah.
no, I did not know that. You guys
No,
get
I
in
didn't.
Richmond have to keep me up on this stuff.
I thought I mentioned that last week, but maybe.
Oh, yes, you
Also
did.
did,
Patricia
yeah.
Jean.
Yes.
No. Oh, yeah, I remember her.
Hey, Tommy, I sent you that over.
And you sent me that obituary.
Mhm.
He just slept since then.
Daggone it. I meant to send that out too. I'm sorry. I will definitely remember to send that to everybody this week. I'm sorry. I forgot. I thought, wait a minute. And I read that obituary and I said, daggone, I remember her.
Yeah. She's cool.
Where did she go to junior high school? Did she go to Test? You guys remember where?
Feeling that she went to Hibbert. 'Cause My
She
wife,
went to
Hibbard.
Hibbard, okay.
What was her name?
my wife met her at.
Patty Dixon.
Dixon.
Patty Dixon.
Dixon. I think they used her senior picture for the
They
newspaper.
did.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
guys see that? There she is.
Where
There's
is she?
George right up there, yeah.
Camera.
Where is she next to?
John Dillman.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's Johnny
yeah.
Dillman, and then there's Dinneman, John Dinneman, and then there's Patty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
So
my God.
I hate to show, I don't like showing you guys that because I've got little red D's by the people who.
Oh,
Who died?
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't
Well,
want
that
that.
picture has my friend Alice Donor on it, which she's a Han now, but we've been best friends since the first year of school, high school.
Oh, my.
I remember
gosh.
her.
That's cool.
Yeah, she
remember
just
Alice.
left here a few minutes ago.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
Good.
Well, did you ask her, does she not like us?
Well, she graduated actually midterm before us. She wouldn't do Zoom. She has the flip phone and she
Okay.
wouldn't do any of this. No. She thinks it's silly that I do it.
okay.
That's just her.
Okay, all right. Yeah, okay, well,
That's
I
fun.
know how that is. So, Jane, you had sent me a message about a week ago and said that you go for your walks and you walk by that. So you're very pleased with the bench, and describe it a little bit for us.
well, I can send out a picture of it.
Okay.
That'd be great.
But when I walked by there day before yesterday, it had bird poop all over.
Oh,
So yesterday I took my little Lysol wipes and cleaned it off.
oh,
'Cause it
Oh,
is a
good.
tree. But I can didn't I send you the picture, Tom, with me? sitting
No.
on
I
the
don't
bench?
think so.
Oh, I'll send it to you and you can send it out.
Okay.
Certainly not.
Okay.
And I did want to tell you that my brother is in remission right now,
Woo!
Oh,
my God.
fantastic.
Great.
good.
feeling
Awesome.
very good, and he's going to get his
Good.
COVID shot here soon, but they can't do his other immunizations for 6 months.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Good.
yeah, he can't go and work in the garden because of the spores and things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But feeling a lot better, and so
Wow.
Great.
good.
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 yeah.
So that particular treatment then definitely worked, that they can already say that he's in remission.
Yes, they said he's not cured, and this will probably be what takes his life, but he's going to have a lot of good years left.
Oh, that's so
Good.
Wow.
Good deal.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
And how old is he now? 74?
No, he's just turned 73.
73, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So he's very happy.
yeah, I bet,
Yes.
I'll bet. Huh.
So,
Okay. Well,
Judy, are you getting your second shot next week?
Next Wednesday, yeah. All that commotion, did you hear my dog barking?
Yeah.
There are bears that are out of the dens now,
oh,
and they're down in the
Oh.
woods below there, and it makes the horses run and the dog bark. And so I was just going to check and see if I could see one, and then I'd show you if I did, but I didn't see one.
Mm.
So yeah, so second shot Wednesday, and then I'm good to go.
I know you said,
Fantastic.
said the first one was a piece of cake, and that was a lot of people's experience. But the second one, I think maybe for 24 hours, you might feel good. So
Yeah, somebody told me that. Yeah, well,
Better, Benadryl.
better than
I
COVID.
didn't have any trouble myself, but
It varies greatly.
yeah.
Yes,
We didn't,
it
I didn't
does.
have anything Tom did. I've heard people 2 or 3 days or just nothing at all.
and somebody said that ones that have actually had COVID have a rough time after their second one.
Huh,
People that have actually had it.
that's interesting.
Tom, did you get the picture I just sent you?
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know if that will,
If
I don't know
can
if you guys
enlarge-
can see that. There she is on the bench.
Yeah. But you'd have to enlarge it to see the writing on it.
Oh, yeah.
And let's see.
Oh my gosh, that is really cool. I don't know, can you guys see that now?
See that?
I don't know if you can see
It says
that.
in loving memory of Dave Cash.
Yeah, in loving memory of Dave Cash.
How cool.
I'll send it out.
And then there's one down at the ballpark that our friends here got for him. I'll send that one to you too.
Okay.
And
Okay,
that one has a back behind it.
Oh,
okay.
So, okay. I'm sending that now.
Okay.
So Ron Siders,
Yes.
did you shed many tears when Florida ended up going out of the tournament?
I couldn't believe when we went out, but I cried my eyes out.
Now you're right.
Well, that unleashed a lot of turmoil in the Gator camp because they're talking now about firing the coach, and
Oh,
I think
That's
4
right.
players are transferring out. And all that.
Ooh,
Comes
really?
with a loss.
Yeah, well, shoot, I thought they did pretty well myself.
Yeah, I thought so too. They overachieved, but they got along pretty well after their player went down with I guess what was a heart attack
Wow.
back in December.
yeah.
And they had several weeks off because of the COVID problems.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there were a lot of, yeah, it was just a tough season for all of them. We followed Butler, and Butler had those same issues. They're lucky that they've got all these seniors that, ordinarily would not have had any more
There are people.
eligibility, but because of COVID, they get to come back, and all of them are coming back.
Florida didn't have any seniors on their team at all.
Okay.
They were all underclassmen. And, but
Adios, everybody. Gotta head out.
All right, Rick,
Hey,
Goodbye, Rick.
take it
See
easy,
you
Rick.
next week.
Rick,
enjoy your new house, Rick.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gonna be a while.
Okay.
I'm in no hurry.
What?
Sure he was.
and Oral Roberts took Florida out, so my only team left is my Ducks.
Okay.
Oh, you're a big Duck fan. That's right. You would, because you were out there all that time.
Went to school there, so.
How can you be a Duck
David
fan?
manhandled Lawrence in
Yeah.
Iowa the other day. But I thought that center for Iowa was quite a player.
He was in the West
Yeah.
Coast.
Wish we could get a big man like that, but, I think Mike White likes the smaller players, the more of the guard types. And we'll have to live with that.
Yeah.
I'd just like to know who you think might get down to the final two.
Gonzaga and who else?
Gonzaga and,
Well, they would play Michigan. That's the big game there, if they get to the same bracket, I think.
Yeah.
Nova, maybe.
about Gonzaga and Loyola.
There you go.
Loyola's 13 down.
I was
Are
just
they
gonna
really?
say, it's not gonna be low. Yeah, they're down. I didn't want to tell you, Tom, because you're. taping it, but-
Wait a minute.
Sometimes you can get them through that.
I want to think that Gonzaga will definitely be one of them. And as for the other final two, I'm not real sure who to go with.
Yeah, I agree. Well, when I watched that, we'll get back off this in a minute, Judy. I know it's kind of boring to you, but
Okay, I'll just have a nap.
when I watched that Gonzaga game, that last, man, these guys, they are on a different planet, man.
Yeah.
They're- and you could just tell there's no way that they're not thinking they're going to win.
Yeah.
They are tougher nails, and any of them could hit those threes.
Oh, yeah, that was that one we were watching, and all they were hitting their threes.
Now, they got a couple that come off the bench and do well too. So
Yeah.
one of them is an ex-Florida player.
Uh-oh.
What's his name? Nemard?
How'd you let that happen?
Probably more money.
I was glad to see him leave Florida, but
Oh, okay. There you
that's
go.
just me.
All right.
But
Okay.
Hey,
he
people.
can play when he wants to.
Hopefully I can see you all next week.
Okay, Bobby.
Okay.
Oh, we're hoping that you're on all the time, man.
Yes.
Well, I forgot well, I actually didn't get, we were busy till about 5 o'clock, so
Yeah.
we closed at 2.
Oh, really?
Right.
Okay.
I'll talk to you all later.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. See you.
Bye-bye.
See you.
And I need to leave. I'm going to a softball game here in a couple minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a
Are
feeling.
you the pitcher, Jane?
Yeah, right. No.
As things start to open up with kids playing sports, that we'll probably have fewer and fewer on for a while.
Yeah.
Diane Whistle sent me a nice note. They've evidently got a grandson that's really, really good
Mhm.
and is going to college on a baseball scholarship.
And he was on one time with her on the
Yes.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
was.
Mhm.
Yeah,
the pitcher, I think.
yeah. So so she was going to be doing that today, and she said probably she won't be able to be back on until July unless the weather.
Really?
South.
It's rained. They get
Yeah.
rain.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
Tommy, have you thought about like going to once a month, once summer and
We could.
opening
It's
starts?
whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even once a month might be a problem for people. So
Depending on when it
Yeah.
it's no hassle for me. I can set it up to do every week and different people will be able to come on. It doesn't matter to me. But if you guys just want to, if you guys feel like you'd rather just do it once a month, that's fine too. Whatever you think about it. But I thought about that after I got Diane's message. Then I thought, well, you never know, even though if you pick, like, let's say, if you do it once a month, you probably say, well, let's just do like the last Saturday of every month.
Yeah.
Well, the last Saturday of every month might be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
So it's like, give you
Yeah.
more choices, the more choices, because we're not doing much or going anywhere. So no big
Okay.
deal. And then Susie, I don't want to speak for you, but Susie's the main backup.
Yeah.
So if, we couldn't do something,
You better
why,
get her lined up for April.
April,
You won't be there.
what about you? We'll talk
I
about
may
that.
not even be here.
Okay.
Oh,
I may have, okay, so we'll talk to you about April. Yeah. Nancy, so Nancy Best,
Yes.
Nancy, and who else was it? Oh,
Don't
let's
ask
see.
me.
It
What's
was,
the
it was
topic?
Becky. My brother Steve
Uh-huh.
works hard at trying to get we brothers together. Get us brothers together. And so this time he was pushing, he wanted us all to meet him and his wife in South Padre Island.
Right.
And knowing him, it's a wonder he didn't want to do it over spring break.
So anyway,
Is that where you're gonna go, Tom?
so that's where they're going. Brother
Where
Jim's
they're going.
not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Brother
Okay,
Tim,
because I mean it. Why did, he didn't like Galveston?
I tried to
Who
talk, I
knows?
tried to, I told him all about Galveston and
It's
everything
not-
else. This is his,
You cannot convince him of anything,
Well,
Nancy.
Okay,
anyway,
because,
this
I-
is,
Don't try.
this is.
but you're
his
you're
wife.
not going to South Padre.
No.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's not
good.
going, but
I
I'm
know.
gonna go.
Oh, you're going?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, you know, so I'm not going because it's South Padre Island. I'm going to see my brother.
See the brothers,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's like I've learned I don't want any more what I call if onlys.
Okay,
Yes.
there's a great place to, that's the best fried shrimp I've ever eaten, and the guy has his own shrimp boat.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
called Dirty Owls. Dirty
Owl?
Owls.
Dirty Al.
Dirty
Okay.
Owls.
Yeah.
But I'm
Okay.
telling you, it's the
Fine.
best fried shrimp I've ever eaten.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
They probably won't want to go there.
Well, they're missing some good food. And
Dirty Owls.
Dirty Owls.
And I
Okay.
told Tom, I said, I'd go if Steve would stay home and it'd just be Sheila, but
I'm glad that he's not gonna be watching this
yeah, I'm glad
video.
too. He probably knows it.
So, anyway. So,
I got a movie
You know what I'm
recommendation.
watching, Tom, right now? I'm watching the Lady Bears.
oh, yeah,
Oh.
Baylor
Yeah.
girls. Right.
yeah, the IU women are on at 5 something.
Yeah,
They're
they're
in
on.
the, they're in the Sweet 16.
Baylor won last year.
Oh.
Well, look out for IU.
Yeah, look out for IU.
Okay,
We'll have to have a competition, get a competition going here.
okay, okay. Well, right now, I mean, they're ahead barely, but they've been ahead the whole game.
Who are they playing?
Michigan.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's been tight, but that's
Okay.
good.
Indiana girls play the #1 seed in their region today.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
Oh, gee.
Of course.
Yeah, North Carolina State.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Jim, you've got another movie recommendation?
Yeah, it's Rising Phoenix. It's a documentary. It's about the history of the Paralympics.
Oh, I saw that.
Did you see that?
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
it's really good. Yeah, it's, I mean, they track a few particular athletes over time as they compete in the different Paralympics. And, you know, it gives you, it tells you who founded it. You know, I never knew that. And then gives you all the history and follows these people as they compete. Some of them successfully, some of them not. And but it's pretty, it gets to you after a while.
There's some amazing people in that. Yeah.
Yeah, some amazing people and what they went through, you know, number one with their disabilities.
Yeah.
And some of them are pretty severe. And just how they overcame that and got involved in the Paralympics, and very positive message.
Yeah, really good.
Well, it wasn't one of the Kennedy ladies.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
It's on Netflix, yeah.
Okay.
She was involved with Special Olympics.
Yeah, she was with Special Olympics.
Oh,
She was
Special.
involved with Special Olympics.
Okay. Okay. Yes, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
We saw
Okay.
a little series called The One. Has anybody seen that? It's on Netflix. It was pretty good too. It's I think it's 8 parts, I think.
The One?
What's that about, Harvey?
This woman invents a kind of a matchmaking service, but all based on DNA. So when you find the one, you are just, this is the one for you, and that your DNA matches perfectly.
Oh my gosh.
And you know, obviously there's some intrigue and a murder type thing. So I thought it was pretty good.
Okay, the one. Okay, and that's Netflix.
I guess it wasn't the one.
8 parts.
Okay. Well, it's 4:20. So I'm gonna go do foot or basketball. Good luck, Lady Bears.
Yeah.
Yep, they're ahead.
Lady
Okay.
Hooters.
Yeah,
Lady
Lady
Bears,
yeah.
Baylor Bears.
And we'll see you guys next week.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Good week.
Okay,
Good luck
have a
with
good
your
week.
shot, Judy.
Yeah,
Good
good
luck with
luck.
your shot.
Yeah, good
Thanks.
luck with your shot.
Take your
Thanks.
Benadryl.
Good luck.
Good to
Yeah, I
see you.
will.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Building a shed. Could be building a shed.
Yeah, you getting off or you staying on or what?
What was a movie that Harvey recommended? My internet went totally down.
It's called The One.
The one.
The One, he said it's about an 8-part series. It is got intrigue in it, murder and all that kind of stuff. And it's on Netflix. He said it's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So I will see you next week.
Yeah, and yeah, keep soaking up that Hawaiian weather and everything, man, if you're gonna go back pretty soon.
Yeah, we're going back on the, I'm going back on the 13th. Carol's going back on the 10th. So,
Okay.
so my son
Okay.
Joe is going to be here and he and I are going to go back together
Oh, when's he coming over?
on the 7th.
Okay, well, that'd be fun.
Yeah. I mean, he
Yeah.
wants to come serve.
Yeah, you guys, yeah, you'll have a good time.
Yeah, we will. We'll practice our ukuleles.
Okay, there you go. All
Let's
right.
have a performance.
Tell Carol I said hi.
Okay, will do.
All right, all right.
Okay, take care.
See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.